because of our digital channels, we need a lot of audiovisual material as well. Now, that also, like we're saying, if it's a national driven agenda from a content perspective, it connects well. Propaganda, sometimes it doesn't speak well of us. So we plead that deal with us differently from the way you deal with everybody else. Because the truth is that 101 will write, will talk. It's not an issue. From daily graphic, it becomes a problem. And so treat us differently, and you will see value. We think that from a political strategy perspective, there are 3 things you need to always focus on: the person, the message, and the party. When it comes to party, most of the time, that's where the propaganda comes in. Because when you say something to me, I'll say something to you. 10 years ago you did this year I'm doing it. Does it make it right or wrong? For us, our interest is that what is the right thing for Ghana? You get it? So if we realize that from a strategy perspective, you are also thinking about the base political thing, but now yes, you are a political party, but you want to connect to the nation. So your submissions and everything must pitch, and I'm saying, at least if with us, pitch it that way. And I'm sure that it will be interesting. But if the pitching is one size fits all, we want to play above. So if we realize that from what is coming, you want to keep us at a space where others are, their overheads are small. I have big overheads, I have serious issues to deal with. So things that will not deliver the numbers, because we are just like you anyway. We also need the numbers. So if things that will be detractors in terms of the numbers you are getting and all that, we will be minded how we deal with those things. We are partners for development, and we are state-owned. So our interest is Ghana. When you do the right thing, of course. When you do the wrong thing, permit us to also talk about it. Because it's one of the problems that we also encounter daily. Everything you write, there's a problem. But why should it be so? You understand? Today, you are supporting that, look, open fair ground, do this, do that. Tomorrow when you change your seat, then the conversation changes. We will want to remain independent. Let us work together with all of us saying that Ghana is a priority. And when there's something that we must know, trust that when it gets here, it is safe. You get it. There are people you talk to, you can't trust them. But I can assure you that the people here you can trust them, because we hear a lot. Sometimes the things we hear, if we run, I'm sure that every day there will be a problem. But we hear a lot, and sometimes you will need somebody to say that, watch this one, talk to this person, give us access. And I'm sure that you will see the value in this time, and we can assure you that we will remain professional, we will remain neutral, we will remain a state-owned but commercially minded business, because nobody gives us anything. We have a staff strength in excess of 300 and something. We have street vendors who are feeding family and everything, depending on the work they are doing. We have huge tax problems we are dealing with. I mean, that's a business. You will import a ton of, maybe 100 tons of newspaper, and you'll be paying probably, currently I think we are paying over 150,000 cedis as duty and stuff for the products. Okay, and 100,000 few years ago, so just 100,000 cedis. $100,000 is a whole new conversation. Then you have this one, and I'm selling this paper at 5 cedis. So how many 5 cedis will I put together to pay $100,000 to get 100 tons of paper, which will not take beyond 4-6 weeks? So as a business, we really need the help of everybody who believes in Ghana to support in whichever way. And ultimately, Ghana will win, and we are all committed to deliver on the mandate we have. But please, Ghana first.
Absolutely.
Nothing else.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We've tried to send messages across, for example, that after 31 years of this journey, we should not today, for example, be at a place where there is a distrust regarding the Electoral Commission. We should not have that problem. After 31 years of the journey, there should not be. We should be in a place where the Electoral Commission becomes so effortless that we don't need to lose sleep over whether that body is trustworthy enough to conduct an election that is free. We should have none. And the only reason why we have that is because, in spite of the fact that we're supposed to be growing, we still have not done the evolution that will allow us to appreciate that, listen, parties will come and go, but the nation will continue. So it's almost as if we are still living in a almost like independence era where I need to destroy my opponents, and that's the only way I can survive. As opposed to, we both can thrive. That is a conversation that I personally wish our friends on the other side can appreciate, that we both can thrive. We don't need to destroy each other. So the situation when I come into office, my number one concern is to destroy the businesses that support my opponents. To destroy any institutions that support my opponent. To corrupt institutions, to ensure that those institutions become only carriers of information that is helpful to me and distractful. I think it's the only way I can call it is a primitive politics that we both must appreciate and make an effort to translate. And I think if we do that, that's the beginning of the change. So where we can, even if I'm in power, I don't have to get angry with any graphic. For example, saying that, listen, this economic policy is going to bring about a debt strangulation that will cost everybody more. I shouldn't get angry. I should have the courage to say, listen, let's subject what they've said, and they're not liking, but possibly they have a point, and possibly learn from that. And I think if we can do that across the political divide, that will be the beginning of that transformation. I will tell you that as General Secretary, my own effort is to try and urge my party in order to try to build a certain platform that will have some conversation with the NPP on a regular basis. To say we are competitive, we definitely will fight for power. But there are certain there's a particular framework that we must have a certain agreement upon. Things that are critical. So for example, the police as an institution. Can we have a way where the police can become a institution that can be trusted? So for example, we are going to by-election. After 31 years, we should go into a by-election wondering whether the police is going to destroy one party for the other. But to say, listen, we've done our work. You do your fair job. Let's go into the ring. Let the better fighter win. So it's a process, and that's why I said your role becomes important in terms of helping us to reach that next level, where we can start looking at how we can unleash the genuine potential of our people.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So thank you.
From June 92 to December 2012.
Wow.
All our stories are right now.
Wow.
That's good. It's a reference material.
For more news, please visit our website graphic.com.gh or follow us on Facebook at Daily Graphic and on YouTube and Twitter at GraphicGH.
Subscribe now.